Heyo, so I'm watching an interesting video about the creator of the Silk Road, and not the ancient Silk Road, apparently the more modern Silk Road. AKA, if you would like to buy anything at all, like whatever your heart desires, whatever you can think of, this website allows that opportunity. So whether it be really, really nasty shit, or I shouldn't say that, really, really nasty stuff, or, eggs, everything in between. You can purchase it online and have it delivered through the USPS or some other service if you're not in America. Anyhow, apparently this guy got arrested after doing it. It took him a couple years to get arrested for it, and then he now has 2 life sentences equaling 100 years plus. Non-violent offender, first-time offender. Now the question is this: what his stated goal was as a stalwart libertarian was, hey, I want to give people the power to do what they want. I want to eliminate illegalization of drugs, everything from cocaine, heroin, pot, what have you, to everything else. And so he created this online website so that could happen. And it was very clean. Like, you didn't use dollars, you used cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and what have you. So the question is this: is that bad? Like, is that really bad? What he was trying to do was give humans, individuals, the power of choice. Give them the choice to do what they will. Okay? And there's an argument to be made for that. Like, not to be rude or mean or what have you, but if someone's going to consume something, they're going to consume it. It's just going to happen. Like, unless you have this very nasty governmental authority that says you cannot do this thing, you cannot, then people and even with that, like when America was like, hey, no, I'm sorry, alcohol is not allowed, even with that, we had a huge boom in alcohol sales. Huge. So clearly that doesn't work. And that was just alcohol. And we've been fighting a war against drugs for how long now? For many decades. So, with like no results. Like, we're still fighting it right now in present day. So clearly that's not working. So effectively you had this young guy based out of Texas who was like, hey, I have a solution. Let's just give the power to the people, and if you want to buy stuff, then you can buy stuff. And if it's illegal, okay, it's illegal, fine, but you can buy stuff. I'm going to facilitate you purchasing these things that you want to purchase. And he got eventually arrested and put in jail for lifetimes too. Which always seems kind of ridiculous to me, putting people in jail anyways. But that's a separate discussion that we can have. So the question is this: what do you think should happen? Because personally, I don't think that's cool. I think that him being arrested is messed up. I think that if people want to do illegal things, they should be allowed to do illegal things. I would argue that the legalization of drugs and other things like that, like what his goal and his end goal was to give the power to the people. And if that means, hey, you want to consume substances in your body that are detrimental to your health, okay, fine, knock yourself out, have fun. And if you die prematurely, then that's on you. Like, it's not us as the normal populace, it's not our job to keep you alive. It isn't. We can provide information, which the internet has done, to inform you about the detriment of all these things that you want to do. But the onus is still on you, the individual, to be like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that today. I was thinking about doing a bump, but maybe I won't. So The responsibility of you yourself, the responsibility of life and your livingness, it falls solely and firstly on you. And then your family, it falls on you and your significant other, whether it's your husband or your wife or whatever, baby mama, baby daddy, whatever. It falls on you and your family. You're the matriarchs. And then if you're in a group, it falls on that. You're a part of that group, and so on and so forth. So as an individual, if you want to inject stuff in your body or put stuff in your body that's going to negatively impact those other things, that's on you. That's on you. And I feel like that's ultimately what he was trying to do. And as with like Edward Snowden and the guy who created WikiLeaks, blanking on his name right now, we as a people and subsequently giving power to the government have allowed the government to be like, oh no, you have government secrets, you're bleh, all this other stuff. And realistically, what that actually means, realistically what's happening is they're like, oh, wait a sec, you are turning, you are opening the curtain to what we're actually doing, and we don't like that. And so they brown bag him effectively in any way they can. Julian Assange, that's the WikiLeaks guy. Thank you. And so I'm kind of left in a situation of like, wait a sec, we should be allowing these people to do their job, to do yeoman's work, to inform people and say, hey, wait a sec, the government's spying on everything that you do. That's illegal. Based on the laws that they said, that is illegal. Okay? And yet nobody's been penalized for the Patriot Act or before the Patriot Act. And Julian Assange is currently incarcerated. This is weird, since all he did was take information that whistleblowers provided and then gave them for it. And then now we're going to the Silk Road guy, the digital Silk Road, not the old school Silk Road, but the digital Silk Road. And all he did effectively, to overly simplify, way overly simplify, is give access to the world. Give people access to the world. Allow them to trade goods digitally. That's all he did. And yet he's incarcerated for 200 years. That's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. Because if you go to any other service, whether it's eBay or Amazon or whatever, they're going to take their points. So how is this guy different than Amazon and eBay? Oh, well, the services that Amazon and eBay offer are totally legal and authorized by the United States government. Okay. But then anything you buy and sell is also being taxed by the United States government. So effectively what this guy did was like, hey, look, I'm going to give power back to the people. And his punishment was 200 years in prison plus. So I ask you, is that okay? Is that the world that you want to live in? What do you want to do about this? What do you think is the right thing to do about this? Should this be continued? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know if legalizing all drugs is the right answer. I don't know. But I know as an individual, I would like power of choice of my life. I would like to be able to decide what to do with my life. I would also like, whenever I see my paycheck drop 30 to 50, sometimes 50%, and all that's going to taxes or some other stuff, I would like to see that. But instead, what do I see? I see potholes in the street and other stuff, and like, we're operating on technology that's 30 years old and like blah, 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 and it's just like, it's slow. So the question is, what do you want? Do you want a technology and a world where, hey, we keep pushing the boundaries? And yes, unfortunately, people die. But hey, you harken back 150, 50 years ago, lots of people died. 100 years ago, way more people died. Thousands of years ago, people died all the time. And hey, Newsflash, people die currently all day, every day. It just happens. It is part and parcel to life. You cannot stop people from dying. They will die. It's just built into it. Accidents happen, disease happens, this and that. So the question is, what is your freedom worth? This guy did this thing, which in my opinion was a good thing, maybe used the wrong way, but ultimately I want you to ask yourself of how much is your freedom worth? Okay? If you want freedom from the government, if you don't want the government to take up front 30 to 50% of your income, and then at the end of the day take about 60% of your income, like what is that worth to you? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice to do that? I feel like I'm mixing and mashing two different things in one. So we're gonna resume this at a later point. But please answer, comment any questions you have or what have you. Let's resume this. Let's make this a conversation. Okay? Thank you. Bye.